What's going on, Kansas City? Welcome to Poetry Is. I'm your host. I am Hypocrisy. Yeah, we're here with George Fuller, aka Jorge. George Fuller for the peoples in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, this is all right?
Yeah, you good.
All
You
right,
straight. We're in Missouri, so we can say and do whatever we need.
Yes, we are here to talk poetry, listen to poetry, and be in poetry. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for attending. So I gotta go. I need 2 poems, man. To start us off, I need 2 poems. Oh yeah, I need 2 of them.
all right. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies.
Better sing.
Let us march on to victory is won. I skipped a whole stanza in that, but I wanted to say this because America, I sing too. I too sing America. I have fought through the unthought of struggles just being me. I've been burned by mixed flames that lay claim to withered spirits on a regular basis. See, I see the changes that affect all the moments and send gifts of thanks unimaginable. I too sing America. I sing of its freedom to speak whatever pops out of this mouth of mine, but I also see its ability to plead for opportunities, to shout for chances, just saying, give me one. I see the unheard and unheard of human enhancements that continue to grow, and I sing America too. The song of despair, the grab your pair and be known to be able to not settle. Like it's a picture of an uphill battle we continue to fight, and still I sing America, knowing of the taste of failure, holding the feeling of trying, and wondering if my opponent really knows. I too sing America. In so many words, not of its benefits, but of its regular self. Of the building that holds the papers that flow beyond control, I sing of rules, hearsay, and the fools that come chasing those same dreams, but follow deceit without even knowing that those are the tools that keep us separated. I sing America from the stands, from someone doing, but racing against the times. And lastly, I find my confronted opponent. They won't show themselves. I sing America too. For everything that we have cannot be displayed online, but in person once in front of you. The hope that is tested with the grace that is displayed as we try to be poised in a way that we uplift and magnify. I sing because the truth is each day may feel old to you, but it's always new. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope. I too sing America.
Yeah, poets sing too, people.
So, I know I'm a poet, but I'm also a teacher. And this poem I wrote dedicated to the fact that I'm thinking about leaving education.
What?
Yeah.
What?
See, I'm thinking about leaving education, but it won't leave me. As I follow my calling to see that this just ain't me. It was test, and more test. But now it's DEI and SEL that's really closing down the Department of Education. Because they really want us to all fit. Not even a playing field. No, even playing field. Because we are supposed to work in those same very fields. Banning the works that awakens the sparks of the revolutionaries that are sitting here. Please just let those caged canaries sing. Because I'm thinking about leaving education, but it won't leave me. That building with its 4 walls only produced more for the labor factory. See, we preach falsehoods that declare degrees gives us options to obtain wealth. More money, more problems. Makes the dreams for some and the nightmares for many. See, I am thinking about leaving education, but it won't leave me. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I think I can, with wine bottles and beer cans filled by tears and so much stress, man. Breathe. Breathe, man. Because I'm thinking about leaving education. I'm not seeing these results that they proclaim. See, there's a case number for this insurance claim that they have rear-ended me and so many like me. Those student loans that just got forgiven for me is still on the shoulders of so many others. No, but must be unsaid, because if I do, I'm deemed unfit to be the lead in this classroom. I'm judged to be less passionate. That blazing fire that I started with is a flickering spark nearly burnt out. Like so many, that check just won't stretch to the end of that month. I'm thinking about leaving education because all they do is ask for more. And my time is taking more. I don't have it. I really don't. But it won't leave me. It'll always be me. I will be in anyway. Right on that Monday morning. And for those that are feeling this way, I understand you. I am with you. I am you. Because I'm thinking about leaving education, but it won't leave me. Fairy side.
Oh, whoa. Fairy side. All about Come on, man.
I had to do it. If you don't know Joe Clark, that's what every black male educator envisions himself for being, right?
They call me Batman.
Take the chains off the doors. Take the chains off the doors. But
you do crack, don't you? Jump.
If you're going to do it, you're going to kill yourself, do it expeditiously. But I think about the English teacher that came into the office and he said, "You're not doing enough for these kids." And he's like, "What do you think I'm doing? I'm working myself to the bone." And he flips the desk. You don't know how many times.
You wanted to flip the desk?
You had to be the teacher. It's like, you know what? I got a desk to flip, but I got to pick it back up. So, yeah, my other stage name is Teach Us, as well as Fuller for the People. And I'm always willing to embrace, as my people say. So thank you for having me on. I'm glad to start with those two poems in particular, because they show both sides of me: a revolutionary, soulful man, and the revolutionary, educated man that's pushing the change that we need.
There you go. We love to hear it, man. We appreciate you for being here. It's time for questions. It's time for questions, people. I can't ask you what you want me to ask him, but I have questions for him. First question is, what made you start doing poetry, man?
I was in a program called Gear Up back in the day, which stands for Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programs. And we had a contest. So we had to do a poetry reciting. So the very first poem that I got to recite was For Whom the Bell Tolls by John Donne. I didn't realize how deep and how heavy that poem was, but for me, I always wanted to do the most intellectually challenging and stimulating thing. So I was like, I chose this poem, and basically it started off by saying, "Perchance he for whom the bell tolls does not know that it tolls for him." Right? And it gets into we are not of the island by ourselves. We're all connected. So I was able to take that poem and envision myself still connected to everyone else. So perchance he for whom the bell tolls, when you finish it, you realize that it's all about how we're all connected and the struggles, and when the bell tolls, whether that's the death bell or the birth bell, is tolling for all of us. And I was back in 2003.
2003.
I was in middle school, y'all. It was middle school, early high school days.
I was in middle school. Brother just graduated high school, so I just started the 6th grade. No, 2003. I was freshman in high school.
Yeah, I was like 8th grade, freshman year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We about the same age.
The
last show when I interviewed you
that was a long man. Golly.
I mean, they grown and drinking now. Like,
golly. Drinking like a fish. Not really talking stuff. Using no vices in here.
On camera.
My next question is, what fuels the poetry for you?
It's the unsaid things. Oh, plus it's my art, right? So we work hard and we do labor. I spent the last 19 years of my life really focusing in on my career, but my favorite unit to teach was, of course, Black History along with the Arts Renaissance. But I also remember in high school, the last thing I did was lead out the Griot Club, right, which was our poetry club, Griot Society, or Griot, however you want to say it.
Right.
It's the storytellers. And I realized I'm somebody that likes to tell stories. And I was the president of it, so I had to go in, and anytime I got a chance to speak, I was like, all right, let me go. I remember doing a poem, and I'm like, y'all didn't come here to hear us. Y'all came here to see them shaking it. And I went off on that whole audience. And when I finished, they all gave me a round of applause. I was like, I'm cussing y'all out without cussing y'all out. So poetry became my avenue to be able to speak the way I want to speak and the things I need to say. And it was artistic in a way that people would be okay with, clapping for me. So It fuels me even to this day, because anything I write, it can be a professional letter. It's going to have some kind of like poetic undertone to it if you read it. Like, it sounds like somebody trying to write sweet nothings in your ear. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I hope your day was pleasant. And as you read this, I really want you to take the opportunity to see. And I'm like, why are you putting that in there? I don't need to put all that in there. I need 2 paragraphs, like, barely. But I'm like, let me give you a brief sonnet.
Give you a brief sonnet is ridiculous. Especially in a professional email.
It's the swag. Like, it's the style I have.
Okay,
it allows me to be empathetic and approachable because I'm artistic.
Check. I support that. I use art in my everyday life, so yeah. I don't type no professional letters though.
You will be.
I have. Not saying that I won't. I have. And I've had to be serious. So I answered seriously. So yeah. Now I don't have to do that. But there shouldn't be a but in there. There shouldn't be a but in there.
It'll change as you branch, as the team goes. Those regulators they gonna have to write that letter when the actual regulators be like, hey, cease and desist.
Cease and desist. Stop this, man. No, so here's the next question for you. Next question is this. What is a topic that you just want to write about but haven't been able to?
Emotional depth, right? Like, I like going out into the open mics and get a chance to hear from yourself, Brandon Amazing, Sherry Purpose Hall, G Santana. Like, y'all are able to bring out the emotions, the raw feelings of just the expression of emotions. And mine has always kind of been tailored to being the expression of professionalism and revolutionary thoughts. But I'm like, how can I tap into the raw emotions beyond love? Because love is a weird emotion, right? Like, love and sex are easy things to kind of tap into where everybody can relate. But when you can put in the anger and stress that is general enough where people can see themselves without just being your profession, but also looking at the depression that goes through in your spirit, where it's like, how do we tap into those zones where emotions are really kept and showcase and show it out. So it's definitely where I'm trying to get to.
Got you.
Yeah, I think if I can get a poem where I make people cry without, I've done it though. I have a poem that I made people cry, but it was something else. It wasn't. I didn't know I made them cry.
I've had that moment, bro. It was wild. It was weird. So you made me cry. I'm like, with these words?
And I mean, I think I got that one in the lineup anyway, but it was just one of those. When I performed it, it was with TL and Tyrone, and it was for the Nia project. And it was basically my letter to black women and how it just really impacted. And I was just like, but that was that raw, unfiltered emotion that I'm like, I want to write more into that angle, but it's also like, I don't have the capacity to be in raw, unfiltered emotions on a regular basis. Like, you gotta, in order to stay poised, you gotta keep some things bottled up until you get a chance to really sit and breathe with it. I was like,
walk in it for a little bit. You might like it.
I'll walk, but it ain't gonna be right there. I can't read it. I can't write and walk at the same time.
How do you write?
As of late, mine's has been like speech to text.
Check.
And that's just because I gotta get it out. Like, I loathe with the depths of my soul. I am dreaming, and I have a poem that's coming out, and I'm like, that sound fire. Oh man, if I could get that out in real life, and I wake up and be like, dang, what was I writing? So, and that happens not only in the dream state, but in the I'm on the way here state. So it's like I can freestyle a poem, and it sounds so phenomenal.
Got you.
But if I don't write it down, that's the only time you're going to hear it. And it's the only way it's going to be that way until I get a chance. And so you'll see me often go to my phone, hit Google, because Google Drive saves everything for me without me having to worry about it. And I hit that speech to text, and I let it rip. And then I'll come back later on to edit it, right?
Gotcha.
And then when I edit, it's going to be different. But that first iteration of a poem, to me, always be the coldest piece of it.
Yeah, man. I believe the same thing. I believe it. I believe. All right, man. So I think we got enough time. We do. And I think the people want this. The people need this. We need 2 more pieces, man. All
right. Well, for those that are listening in and joining, I got to tell y'all to find me at Jorge Fuller for the People.
Wait. Where can they find you?
Definitely. Yeah. We got to make sure y'all find me because I'm going to give y'all these 2 more pieces. But I need you to go follow me on Instagram at Jorge Fuller for the People and Facebook Jorge Fuller for the People. And then if you just want to follow me as the person itself and not the Fuller for the People part, you can just follow Jorge Fuller. It's me. You'll see me dipped out in a Pamela Newton original on my profile picture. So I model as well. So art is a part of my life in some form or fashion. Y'all need me to take pictures, I will.
Fashion.
But I definitely,
poet, people.
It is poetry without having to say one single word. When you can walk on stage, pose, and you hear it, hey, that's that poetry guy. Yeah, that's me. So now that I got the particulars out, and you can email me at fullerforthepeople@gmail.com. To reach me. Hopefully we'll have a book, my first published book, by the end of this year too. My thoughts. Yeah. We gonna see.
No editor.
It's hard to go through and really edit. But this poem here,
I know somebody that'll do it for you.
I know. I can't let somebody else edit my work because I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive about my shit. Tech Nine said, right? But this is from this black man to you, black women. Let me apologize to you. I apologize for not being able to protect you. See, they stole me from your care and caress and brought me to this land that I did not know. Then in front of you, they stretched me apart and they beat me. They ripped me in half. They forced me to rape you and bring in generations that will suffer slave syndrome even when wealth is present. They starved and fed us the less quality foods that you, of course, turned into feast. They hung us from trees and forced us to fight their wars while calling us boys. And I can't even say that other word because we're on the radio. But when that was all said and done, they began to lock me up and remove me from your presence again. Even further by saying that the assistance that was needed, I should not be fully present, for I am restrained in ways that liberation is a myth of freedom. So black women, black woman, hear these pleas. They still put their knees on my neck past my last breath, and with their handcuffs on my wrists, and they find ways to remove me from being able to protect you. They will shoot you just because you were next to me, and even if you had nothing to do with anything that I was doing. So I apologize because all they do is show that I am still inferior compared to their counterpart. My ability to ensure your safety when you're next to me is always going to be questioned and diminished, and I understand why you're still afraid to be with me. I apologize for the simple fact that if there was anything I could do differently, I would without any hesitation change the skin color to change my DNA just to make sure I can stand in front of that bullet that they owe you for picking up the pot of hot water. The fact that they put their knee on your neck just as much as they do mine makes me infuriated, and I understand how they put you in that prison cell without any question of how you really are the source of humanity. For that, I apologize for being unable to protect you 400 plus years, and I have not been able to regain that manhood that was stripped of me that I was supposed to have. And I stand here. If you can say and accept my apology, please just say so. Because I hope that I can continue to be the black man that provides you safety and security when you hold my hand and stand next to me, not behind or in front of me, but when you stand next to me and when you stare fully into my eyes, that weep dry tears unable to reveal those smiles behind that stoicism, may you feel the love that beats deeply from the depths of my deep heart that is moved and to reveal my soul calling out, seeking and desiring and longing for you because you are the essence that I need. So from this black man to you, I give my all, black woman. So dear black lady, I would like you to know that I consider, love, ultimately appreciate, and value you then, now, and forever. I sincerely hope that you can accept this apology from this black man to you. Yeah. Now, I'm not always serious. I'm not always deep. I'm not always trying to get the emotions out.
You say you can't do emotion. That was emotion right there. That was emotion right there, man.
You said what area of poetry I would like to be in, and that was that area.
That's that right there.
That area right there took. And each time I gotta find a way to get myself back on the happy side of life, because I'm like I can't. Because that was heavy for me to say out loud, but heavy for me to write too, and heavy for me to know. Like as it touches you, you got to walk around with that weight. And I was like, so I'm trying to take it away a little bit. So one of the poems that I like to get to is a funny one, but this is every time you have me in any performance, I try to drop something new. So this one is a little bit new. I haven't tested this out.
Okay.
But I remember when I said I was dreaming, I woke up, I was like, I had to write that down. This is that one.
This is one. New
so that
stuff
brother,
and things. New stuff and things.
So I could have never imagined that this brother I knew was a prodigy in the making. See, this brother was so cold, he brought blizzards to the summertime, and in the snap of his finger rings enough sound to cause it to avalanche. So let me say that again. This brother is so cold that he brings blizzards to the summertime, and at the snap of his fingers, it causes the snap of his finger rings enough to sound, causes an avalanche. He is so hot that the beaches The beaches of road in dead winter. See, his pinky toe in the sand made the tsunami melt the snow. See, when he wore black, the music of Shaft would play, just to let y'all know he was that bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Talking about Shaq.
Katanas and fedoras adorn his walls and adorn his body whenever he traverses this world. See, so many would say he's arrogant, cocky, conceited, but this confidence is courage and humility not to live in the modesty when it's so much earned and including the trials and tribulations and his traumas. See, he's shown enough the golden boy, groomed to live and work with passion, perseverance, and purpose. For the people, it is a must to do right. Don't fight him as he's stomping the grounds where the midtowns of chiefs, kings, royals, and monarchs, currents of rivers, its oceans ain't pulling him away from it. So this brother is so cold he brings blizzards to the summertime. So hot that the beaches rise in the dead of winter. Centering him is like the sun to the galaxy of life will bloom. He is flyer than the witch's brooms. Call him suave, superfly. Woo! Flair struts down the runways, not a stranger of flashing lights. So if you ask him, you'll be lifted to grab hold of his destinies, and like the child that you're trying to run off. That brother is me.
Come on, man. Yeah. Humble brag. I love it. New stuff and things. You gotta love it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to make that the slam. That's the slam number one.
Yo, so this has been nice. This has been good. I like this. This is George Fuller for the people. In the building. I am Hypocrisy, and you listen to Poetry Is. Come see us again.
We out.
We out.